and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Monday, February 8th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the root chakra and guided by free will. And the galactic signature of today is the yellow self-existing warrior energy. And so the yellow warrior energy is all about questioning, intelligence, and fearlessness. And so the yellow warrior energy wants us to and invites us to question everything in our reality, everything that we're experiencing outwardly, as well as everything that we're experiencing inwardly. It wants us to be fearless in our questioning and our evaluating and re-evaluating of situations. And this energy is even more prevalent because it's being paired with the self-existing tone, which is all about defining, measuring, and form. And so we're really being asked to define our reality today, to look at the structure of our reality, to look at everything that plays into that, to look at our fears, to look at our belief systems, to look at every single aspect of our lives, both within and without, and the structure that that creates. And if that structure is not what we would like, how can we restructure that? How can we reform that? We're making that plan moving forward. We're looking at what we have in front of us, and then we're deciding what we want to do with that moving forward. How does that serve us moving forward, or how does that not? With this yellow warrior energy, it's all about inner strength and inner power. It's that gathering of information and using that to make empowered choices moving forward. The affirmation for today is, I define in order to question, measuring fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the self-existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of free will. And so with that free will, right, we have the power to make any choice and any decision that we wish. We have the power to experience our reality in any way that we want to. And so when we define, when we question, we are getting a better understanding of the experience that we have of our reality. And the astrology today pairs really well with this. We have the sun very conjunct Mercury right now and very conjunct Pallas. And Mercury is in retrograde, remember, and this is all happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is a very logical sign. It's a very mind-focused and mind-centered sign. And so with all of this mind energy and with this higher vision, this ability that Mercury retrograde and Pallas both give us to look at things from different perspectives, to look at things and see things and understand things from a different viewpoint, from a different angle than we did before. We really probably are doing a lot of this today. This process of understanding and interpreting and looking at how we're perceiving things, really understanding, seeing and understanding from that new and different perspective, which is really good because it allows us to look at situations from a different lens. We're also able to tap more deeply into our intuition as well. So we may be feeling those little hits of intuition coming, especially as we move closer to this new moon. We have the moon today trining Mars and Uranus and squaring Chiron. And so there might be a bit of emotionality going on today. We are helped out by the fact that the moon is in Capricorn. So this is a very strategic energy. This is also a very logic-based energy. Capricorn is an earth sign, but they are very, very authoritative, very strategic, very logical. And Capricorn likes to make a plan. So once again, that energy of planning, of creating that structure is going to be, creating and recreating that structure is going to be a big theme. And especially with this trine to Mars, we are possibly going to be very motivated to restructure our lives, to really look at things, what's working, what's not. And this, when we have that square with Uranus and Saturn that we're going to have throughout 2021, that's the main focus. So that's a huge theme for this year, I think. One of the major themes that we're working with is what's working and what's not working. And how can I revise, right, what is not working? Is there a way to make it work, or is there a way to not? So it's sort of like that energy, and we're experiencing that in all areas. With that Venus conjunct Saturn and Jupiter energy, we're experiencing it there. It's very much right now just that process of understanding and seeing what is working and what is not. All right, so let's get into the cards here and see what messages we have. All right, we're going to start with the Archangel Power Tarot today. Clear. Or I think that's what it's called. Yeah. All right, what messages do we have First card out is the Six of Michael. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. Relocation or travel. So I like that. There may be people who are thinking of relocating right now. I think anybody who lives in the Northeast might be thinking that right now. February is, we had a mild winter up until the past couple weeks. It's getting pretty brutal up here. So, but that relocation or travel piece, I'm definitely feeling for some people. And it's just, let's get more on this. Let's get more on this light at the end of the tunnel. What is this about? We have the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. And we have the Seven of Raphael. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. So I feel as though some of us have been feeling like we've been traveling down this tunnel for quite a while now. And it started to feel really dark and really lonely. And it's just whatever a situation is that we're navigating right now, it's been feeling kind of hopeless. And so there's sort of a light that we're seeing at the end of the tunnel now. And that light is possibly something that's being revealed to us during Mercury retrograde. During these next few weeks, this may be a process that's been underway for people, where it's like we're starting to see that light at the end of the tunnel, but it's going to require some action on our part. There's something that we have to do. There's a decision that needs to be made in order for us to move out of this tunnel. We're understanding, especially with this Mercury and the Polis and all of this energy, this Aquarian forward thinking energy, all of just all of that inspired mental energy coming through. We're beginning to see and understand, and it's like the decision that some of us need to make. It requires us stepping into our empowerment, and it's also possibly not one that we really want to make. It may involve doing something that we don't necessarily fully want to do, but we know that we need to do. And you'll know this because of that sigh of relief thing. If you feel relief, even if there is also fear, even if there is also doubt associated, insecurity, if there's also relief there, then you know that that's the decision. Right? So look out for that sigh of relief, that feeling of relief. That's a huge thing, I think, a huge guidepost for us. And this reminds me of that. People say sometimes, like, if you're trying to make a decision, flip a coin. And it doesn't necessarily matter what the coin lands on. While the coin's in the air, whatever outcome you are hoping for when that coin lands is the decision to make. So it's sort of that's the sigh of relief. That's the thing that makes you feel relieved. Even if it makes you sad, even if it's not necessarily going with the trajectory that you had hoped. If it makes you feel relief, then that's what's important, because that's where we want to get. We want to be in that feeling of calm, that feeling of peace, right? So even if there is stress attached, if something is making you feel a deeper level of peace when you think about it, then that's sort of a good guiding post there for us. And then we have the Queen of Raphael. Follow your heart, a love and home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. That's what I'm feeling more than anything else. I feel like a lot of us are receiving trustworthy information right now. And we are, because we are in this period of questioning. We may be questioning it, but that information is coming in. And in order to really get tapped into that, we want to really tap into our hearts. Tapping into that heart center is going to be extremely helpful. And I'm also just feeling this energy in general. Like, if there are frustrating situations in our lives, if there are things that are bringing us this kind of energy, right? Any ways that we can give, any ways that we can help others, that we can tap into that generosity of spirit, are going to be really helpful to help lift us out of that energy. And it's also that energy of understanding. Like, we want to really be practicing understanding right now, and just understand this is an intense time for everyone. Mercury's in retrograde for everyone. There's a lot going on in everyone's hearts and everyone's minds right now. So just being understanding of that. And then we have the Five of Michael coming out. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So yeah, there's some situation going on that we're dealing with that is not serving us. And that's that light at the end of the tunnel, right? We're seeing the solution to that. And then it's just like, do I act upon that or do I not? But the key is, like it says, releasing the attachment to the outcome. For some of us, that's the reason we haven't moved on a situation, is because we had a particular outcome that we were attached to. And even if things don't look like they're moving in that direction anymore, we don't want to let go because we're still attached to that outcome. And we still think, if I put more into this situation, into this project, into this relationship, whatever it is, maybe it will bear fruit. Maybe I will get that outcome that I wanted. And it's like that attachment to the outcome is what's keeping us stuck. And if we can release the attachment to that outcome, it may make everything else feel much more clear. And then we have the Ace of Raphael. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. All right, let's get a little more on the Ace of Raphael here. I feel almost as though, like, any of us who are experiencing old emotional experiences right now, it's making those new and different decisions that's going to then bring in those positive new emotional experiences. There's an attachment, I think, for some of us too, to our old emotional experiences. There is that attachment to those cycles. Even if they're not pleasant ones, we become attached to that. And when we become attached to that, it's almost like a drug. And so it's literally, when it says a need for detoxification, it's almost like detoxing from a drug when we detox from these situations that provide a similar emotional response. You can be free. Eight of Michael coming out. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. All right, so a lot of that energy of changing, a lot of that energy about shifting a situation, just like we were saying. If we want to achieve this positive new emotional experience, these fulfilling relationships, this fulfilling emotional fulfillment in any and every way, we really need to be that change, be that force that makes that change and sets ourselves free from the situation, from these repeating patterns that some of us may be experiencing. And I feel like also it's like some of the situations that some of us, whoever is relating to this reading, they're also a little bit like blocking our psychic insight. So when we free ourselves from any of these situations, it's like that level of unease that we experience, that level of that emotional cycle that some of us are addicted to, right? And I can absolutely relate to this. Trust me, you guys. It's actually dampening our psychic insight. It's dampening our connection to ourselves and our connection to spirit, because it's keeping us in a lower vibrational energy. It's keeping us in these repeated cycles, and it's sort of like the hamster on the wheel is so preoccupied with running on the wheel that he can't perceive of anything else going on. And so we really want to get off the wheel. We don't want to be running around on that wheel anymore. And so this Mercury retrograde, I think, is really showing us where it is that we run around. What is your hamster wheel? Is sort of like the question that I feel like a lot of us are being asked right now. And then we have the Lovers coming out. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. And so for some people, this situation is a romantic situation that we're speaking about. For others, like I said, it could be a job, it could be career, it could be any number of situations. But for some people, it's definitely a situation that has to do with a decision that has to be made in love. And so it says make choices from the heart. But when it means make choices from the heart, it means like tap into the truth of your heart and what that is telling you. Not your mind, not your need, not your attachment, not your wounds, but your heart, your pure and true heart. And if you guys want any assistance with this, please reach out to me. The Belvaspata that I do, the Angelic Healing of the Heart, can really assist with helping to move through some of these blocks. And then we have the Moon coming out. The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. And so the Moon can sometimes be that energy of illusion. So really needing to move out of that energy of illusion. And the only way to do that really is to listen to our intuition, to get deep within ourselves, to be able to fully hear the messages that are wanting to come through. That guidance is always there if we are willing to get still, if we are willing to center into our hearts and to really tap into it. It's always there to guide us, right? The Moon energy can feel confusing until we tap into the psychic nature and the gifts that are available for us there. I'm really noticing the little Pomeranian dog here for some reason too. So I don't know if that's relevant to anyone. It's interesting. I've never noticed that. He's like right down here in the corner. That's so weird. That's so strange. Oh, and there's like a little raccoon or something on the other side. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. And she's turned and she's looking at this card. So I almost feel like in this situation, whatever this is, for those of you that there is a romantic situation on your minds, it's like your angels are really trying to guide you in the direction that is best for you to go. It's just whether you are paying attention to that guidance. They're really watching over you. And for some of you guys, it's like they're watching over this connection as well, for whatever that means. It's sort of like it was guided. It was divinely guided. But now it's like we have to figure out what that divine guidance was, right? Was it divinely guided to us because we were supposed to grow and release it? Was it divinely guided to us because it was a chance for us to transform it and have that process, that experience with somebody else? Or was it divinely guided because it is meant to continue and continue to enrich? Like, there's so many different choices and reasons why, but it definitely does feel divinely guided to me. Yeah, absolutely. It's either that or something else is in the works that's being divinely guided when we sort of release what's not working. So that's going to be different for every single one of us. And then we have the three of, but there's some sort of divinely guided situation either unfolding right now or getting ready to unfold as a result of the choices that we make moving forward. And then we have the Three of Michael, which is release the past, you will grow from the situation, time heals all wounds, and the Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision, overanalyzing a problem, find a compromise. So a lot of that energy of needing to make a choice, needing to make a decision, definitely a lot of growth happening in whatever the situation is for people. And it's really about moving forward. Like, we're being asked in all areas of our lives to move forward right now, right? All this Aquarian energy, this new moon in Aquarius, we're really being catapulted forward. But we can't move forward if we're still holding on to the past, right? We're not going to be able to move. We're going to be stuck. And so don't keep ourselves stuck. That's the message coming through. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Raphael, reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So there could be a positive outcome for this situation. There is certainly celebration in the future. It's just like taking the action that needs to be taken right now. And if you guys want a personal reading, or like I said, an energy healing or any of that, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to do that for you. Clear. Let's get some closing guidance for today from the Conscious Spirit deck. All right, we have your own path. I accept the abundance the earth bestows upon me. Embrace change and earth angel. So there's a lot of angel energy coming out, but there's a lot of energy coming out, earth energy coming out. So maybe going and connecting with the earth today is going to be really helpful in helping to regain our equilibrium, helping us to regain our balance. And there's a lot of changes, everything, like we are shifting, we are changing, like we said, we are moving forward, right? And so it's really embracing those changes. The changes that are wanting to happen in your life right now are the changes that are leading you down your path. And so we want to put our own unique path first above all else. What do I intuitively feel is my path? Where am I being led? And we have to understand that those who are meant to come with us on that journey will naturally come with us, and those that don't will naturally fade away. So it's a process of allowing that to happen as well. But really go out and connect with the earth today and allow her to guide you, allow her to comfort you, allow her to feed you and nourish you. And we say this a lot, I mean, because she's always wanting to do that. So it gets a little repetitive after a while. And then we have the solar plexus chakra coming out with meditation. So possibly meditations around that solar plexus chakra will be helpful for people. That's our sense of will, drive, motivation, all of that, right? Our sense of confidence, our creative, how we actively creative express. Our sacral chakra is a creative center, but we express that with our solar plexus. And so really meditation is going to help us as far as feeling empowered to make the choices and decisions that we need to make, feeling empowered to continue moving down our path and flowing with the changes that are taking us where it is that we're meant to go, flowing with them instead of resisting them, right? And just really bringing us back into that cool, calm, and centered place. And for those who are able, nature meditations would probably be a great thing to do today. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, drop a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing today. I love hearing from you guys. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. It is greatly appreciated. And my email is down below with a list of my services. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday or Monday, I believe it is. Yes, a beautiful Monday.